Hello, lovely viewers of the most beautiful, the most awesome show of the youth. It's a youth zone. It's happening every single Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's your boy Conrad MC, the boy with the magical smile, bringing you the episode of this week. We always have many things in our show, and basically the three segments. We always have the About Town. This is where we bring you what is happening in town, what is trending on social media, what is happening in the news, what is happening all over, anything that is good for the youth, anything that is good for the eyes and the ears of the youth, we bring it to you on the Youth Zone show. And thereafter, so I always have the Inspiration Zone. In the Inspiration Zone, we bring you one of the youth or some of the youth that are doing something to make sure they're inspiring the other youth. So in our show today, I have a guest for you. Just wait for him. Just wait, just stay tuned here. You're going to see this wonderful guest. And at the end of the show, she also have the Shule vibes. Since it's a youth show, we know most of the youth that are watching, you're in school or you're out of school or basically soon joining school. So we bring you what is happening in the school environment. So just stay tuned here. Everything is going to be okay. Now, About Town, this is the first segment of the show. A lot of things have been happening in this year. A lot of crazy things. A lot of drama has been happening. And I am sure those of you who are always on social media or those who are updated in current affairs, you know what is happening all over. We have seen that ever since the year began, we are always having a lot of drama, things in relationships. Now, allow me to echo a bit about these things. First of all, we had the issue of Onesimus. Everyone knows Onesimus. Onesimus is a guy who maybe has some misunderstanding with his girl, and the girl is like, no, we are done. Let us stop this. And so Onesimus maybe thinks about the memories he has been having with the girl, and it's like, no, I can't give up like that. He decides to go and kneel down for the girl. Oh my goodness. Onesimus kneels down for the girl, and the table of men, all the men are like, what? Bro, how can you do this? So everyone is disappointed in this guy, but the guy is like, and what is funny is that people start sharing the photos of the girl. We need to see the girl that they were kneeling for. And they first share the photos, which are not, of course, appealing. And thereafter, I think the circle of the girl was called Immaculate. They shared other pics of Immaculate. And everyone is like, what? The girl has nyash. So they are like, Onesimus was right to kneel down for the guy. But anyway, that's in Uganda. And thereafter, we have also another drama of Pretty Nicole. Everyone knows Pretty Nicole. It's a girl that has been... Was it a betrayal? I don't know. Friends, they don't know. So this girl is introduced by her friends like they're having a party somehow. She goes for the party, and at the end of the day, the girl is beaten up by her friends that she has been doing everything with. Can you imagine? And the thing is about a man. So this year, Vanangi is not for the weak-hearted. And thereafter, the unfortunate bit of it, we have another story from Kasese district. We see a girl that is burned down to ashes by another girl just because still of a man. So this year is really, I don't know. Someone said that we are just using a second hand, yeah. But that is this year for you, and I think you just need to brace yourself because I think a lot of is going to happen because you're just at the beginning of the year, but a lot of stuff have been happening. Now, also on the other hand, in Entebbe Airport, it has also become another song, Entebbe Airport. I don't know those people who always travel, whether they find these things, but I think according to what is happening, because they already said there is no smoke without fire, people are really complaining, like a lot of things are happening, and I think our government needs to address that because there is no smoke without fire. I was seeing the story of some headline about the homosexuality story. The first lady say that they probe Budo school because of homosexuality. I think it's high time also the government probes what is happening at the Entebbe Airport. Kubanga banange. Chisuse. For me, the flights I have, I think it was just a favor. Naye, Entebbe Airport is a serious issue, and as a youth zone, we have to talk about it. Thereafter, we also have the tweets from the MK group. The tweets, yeah. I won't comment about that so much, but we see those tweets and We are really, really enjoying Uganda right now. As I told you today, in our inspiration zone, I'm having a very, very special guest. He's a guest that I can introduce with a lot of passion, with a lot of vibe. I don't know. He's a very wonderful guest, and I must assure you're going to be inspired by this wonderful guest of ours. He's a passionate teacher of English language and literature. That means that he's a person who is dealing with the students, the youth that are watching this show. He's a person who is passionate about debate and speech. He has mentored a lot of youth, a lot of children in speech and debate. And guess what? He was also featured in the Daily Monitor newspaper just because of debate. So just know I have a lot for you. I won't say much, but I think that's what I know about him. If I've left something out, he'll be able to say it in his introduction. But for now, allow me to introduce to you Mr. Mugisha Cohens. Mr. Mugisha Cohens, you're very welcome to the Youth Zone. Please say something. Say hi to our guests that are watching, our viewers that are watching there.
Hello viewers, I am very much humbled to be hosted by Conrad, Emmanuel, my very good friend. And he has really done good justice in introducing me. I don't think I need to add anything. But just to mention, I am a teacher and a passionate one. I do debate and speech coaching, but also passionate about arts. I serve as a programs manager at National Debate Council Uganda. And for all the time, I think right from the time I left high school, I've been dealing with young people from 2015 until now. So I am a pro-young people person. That's how I always tell people. I'm glad to be hosted.
Wow, that was a wonderful introduction out there. It's a very wide profile. Just know he has just tried to cut it short because I left out the part of the National Debate Council. I think that's where we first made the National Debate Council, right? In the debates, I'd gone there for some debates and I met him there. I'm proud to host him today because by then he was someone ahead of me. So, Mr. Cohens, people watching you are really seeing a very young teacher. First, tell us about the journey of your teaching. Like, how come you're already a teacher yet? You must be young. Like, tell us your history about teaching.
Thank you, Emma. I must say I am not young as I look, but I always tell people forever young. When you interact with young people quite often, you also be like them. So maybe by age, I don't want to expose it,
okay.
but I'm not as young as maybe people may think. But my teaching journey, I think, it stretches way back after my senior 6. Young, I used to dream to be a lawyer. At senior 3, it dropped. A-level is when I started thinking about being a teacher, inspired by one of my literature teachers, Mr. Ntege Farouk. And from then, I picked and I said I was going to be a teacher. But too, it's not by coincidence that my mom and dad are also teachers. So,
so it is within the family.
Yes, it comes from that background.
Wow.
But once I decided that I was going to teach, trust me, I never regret, and I pursue teaching with passion. For I believe that is where I can make a very huge impact.
Wow, that's wonderful of you. So I think it was really the bloodline followed up like from the father and the mother, and that's how he becomes a teacher. Mr. Cohens, we have been seeing you on very many platforms as a teacher, and we are just wondering that there are many teachers out there, but why is it that it is Cohens that is appearing on different platforms? Like, what's that unique thing about you that the youth watching that can copy from you so that they can also be at least unique like you, you know? Also being hosted here on this show because only people that are impacting society are able to come on this show. You can tell us what's that unique thing or the secret that has been keeping you moving.
Okay, the secret may not be the secret, but the secret may be the magic. The magic is that from the word go, I chose, and when I started realizing who I was as a kid who was from a poor background, but two who had studied from UPE and USE schools, I really felt I needed space wherever I was. And I chose
hold on a bit, like you can feel free to tell our viewers like where you hail from, like maybe the home district, you know.
I am a born of Uganda district, so I went to Nyakahama Primary School. That's a typical UPE school. I also went to Bijera Secondary School, a USE school, for my 6 years.
UP and USE.
Product. And then I also went to National Teachers College, Unyama. So me, I am a government product in terms of education.
I see.
So I think from that, I started pursuing debate and speech. While I was also very active in drama, I was a scout, but I think as time went on, debate and speech really stood out for me.
Okay.
And when I got an opportunity to teach in a certain secondary school down in near the shores of Lake George, it's Mahiro Secondary School, as a senior six vacationer, that's where I started realizing that I could do something in terms of helping young people and leaders do something for themselves, using their voice to make sure that they talk about or raise or discuss issues that affect them, but also use that as a platform to brand themselves.
Okay.
So to me, I think the magic has not been too much. It should be maybe one or two things that I have been able to realize who I am
Who
and
you
what
are.
I can do
Okay.
to impact my own self, but also have an impact on the people that surround me.
Wow, what I pick from your words is that you had to realize who you are. Now, most youth have a problem with this, realizing what they are or who they are. They really get a lot of conflicting your loyalty, because you talked about you've been drama, you're in scouting, but at the end of the day you settle, like debate stands out, and thereby you also become a teacher. Now, there are some that are more talented, or I don't know, that they have many things they want to do. So like they don't know what should I do? Where should I go? So what advice can you give to such a youth who doesn't know yet who they are and they want to do something about themselves so they can also do something to impact their society?
Great question. I think very interesting. In an area when your plate is so full and even overflowing, I know there are lots of young people that are multi-talented. I always call them versatile young people.
Yeah.
That they can do lots of things and do them very well. Time comes when maybe you don't have time to pursue all the things.
True.
Time comes and then maybe you think this is pulling you to this direction. What should maybe one of the factors that should guide you to make a decision on what to pursue longer is maybe you want to align yourself. Of course, I wouldn't say I did not know that pursuing debate or speech would be, maybe it's not a career. I must confess it's not a profession, okay? But using that skill, I thought that maybe concentrating on debate and speech, a person who wants to become a teacher, that should be something that is relevant to the kind of career that I wanted to pursue. So at the end of the day, you want to choose something that you think will position you very well,
Yeah.
or will realign you with what kind of profession or career interest that you have. So I think
Okay.
that should be a very, very critical aspect.
Okay.
While you pursue that, it doesn't mean that most people will say, me, I think I want to be a doctor and maybe I can't do speech. Maybe I am a good footballer and then I can't be an engineer. It is all important. Most of these things are skills, but there is also a profession or career.
True.
If you think you will have enough time to play football, pursue football. But if you wanted to be a lawyer and then you don't want to pursue debate, it means we shall not see you in moods. Okay?
True.
So I think positioning yourself helps you to know, I want to become this, and while I have very many alternatives, this is the best that realigns me and will make me stand out in whatever profession that I am going to pursue.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. I think those who are watching are really picking something. Now, I know there are some young teachers watching this show, or those some young people there in other professions watching. There is this problem of the teacher-student relationships. You know, as you male young teachers, there is always that problem. You always get the problems like from the girls, you know. You are teaching these girls, but you don't know what's at the back of their mind. Teaching these adolescent girls, and I know you have never told me, I don't know whether it is true, but I know, I'm assured that those girls that always be there and they are crushing on teacher Cohen's. They're like, no, I want this teacher, I want this teacher. How do you handle these girls? Like, actually, some are even so bold that they can even approach you. They can maybe write it and put in the book. So how have you been handling such cases?
Wow, very complex a question, but it's interesting and I would want to respond to this.
Yeah.
Now, one thing is that the role of a mentor, like I said, is one that at a point you want to do things because you know what is going to come out of them. I have always said that we have the freedom, or we are always free to choose, but we are not always free to choose the consequences of our actions. So being aware that I remember during my senior six, teacher Farouk sat me and told me, man, you're a young boy, you're going to teach young girls, but just know, one sure thing I will tell you, is that there are temptations, and these people will approach you. But you only need to know who you are before these young girls. Right? So knowing who you are and how these people, perceive you or know you is going to be important. But two, I've also been a person who wants, I've grown up in an environment where we have both boys and girls. But knowing how boys and girls relate will also help you as an individual.
Okay.
So you cannot, for some things, if you have values that you respect, it will help you to keep away from the stains of maybe going beyond limits.
Okay.
I'm a very social person. I will chat with my students when it is. But when it means business,
it is business.
It is business. Okay? So knowing who you are in a context helps you to substantiate and know that this is my line. Even when there is a temptation, even when this situation is, you're very sober to be quick and be like, okay, I think this is leading somewhere, and you want to cut
there
it
is
short.
a pit somewhere there.
So I think that has been the principle, that one, you must be a person who has values and principles that guide you. But two, you also want to make sure that you have people that guide and, are there to share and maybe let you know about the challenges that you face, and you're guided.
Wow. Wonderful, wonderful. I think some girls who you teach that are watching, you are like, this teacher. But that's very wonderful of you, because it's not easy. We have had many cases of the teachers being put in jail, being put in police, just because of this issue of student-teacher relationships. They are unable to control themselves. But you talked about the issue of the values and knowing who you are. You're a teacher to this child. You have to mentor them. You have to show them what to do, so you don't have to fall again. Pray to that. So that's very wonderful of you. Now, as we wind up, I just want you to tell us, like, teachers are in holiday. It's a very long holiday. How are you occupying yourself? I think there are many teachers that are having a lot of time there. So because they're in a holiday, how are you occupying yourself? Like, what is keeping you on board before the term starts next month, I think?
Oh, good question. I think, well, to me, holidays at a point are not holidays to me. When school closes, I have my phone. Most of the times I do lots of work on. But for now, in holidays, I do lots of debate and speech training, skills training.
Online? Is that online? Because
yes,
students are in holidays.
Yes.
Wow.
Online. But two, I also take off some time to do some self-help courses, most of them online, attend trainings. So I think I always want to make sure that I have added value to myself, but largely I spend most of the time with young people, trying to help them, in these areas of developing talent and skills. So to me, I think my holidays are always fully packed, even when I have some time off to do other things. But largely, I always want to make them very productive for myself and also for the young people that I get an opportunity. Like recently, we are doing the National Students Anti-Corruption Challenge, a project by NDC Uganda. And then we have also had other debate and speech programs. So I think also at the MC Inspirations Mentorship Hub, where I do lots of things with a group of young people. So I think it's a lot that we do. Even when it is during holidays, I would want to encourage young people to always make sure that you
do something,
use that time to be productive and active, so that you don't fall play. Just like they say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop.
True.
You don't want to be that workshop.
Wow. So that means that you are already engaging youth in the MC Inspirations Hub, and maybe someone there would be interested in joining, maybe also being mentored into that. You can tell us how can they find you, how can they also get in touch with you, because I know it is open to everyone, not only your students.
Yeah, of course, this hub is not necessarily one for my students. It started a long time ago. I've been having a network of young people who maybe look up to me later and be like, oh, you. So it's an open space. You can always reach me. People maybe find me on Twitter, on Facebook, and then
the handle then? The handle?
It's at Mugisha Cohens.
Okay, Mugisha Cohens.
And then on Facebook, there is a Facebook page, MC Inspirations Mentorship Hub. But if you can get my contact, it's also okay. Then you can reach me.
Okay.
I think it's an open hub for all young people that have maybe specific, you must come with a reason. That is the
Okay.
thing. You must come with a reason.
You have
or
to
maybe
know what you
yes,
want.
you need to know what you want exactly
Okay.
to join the hub.
Oh, wow, that's
Yes.
wonderful. Oh, I think you from this show are going to be getting a lot of inbox messages, people, because they would love to join that show. Now, as we wind up our interview today, just no, I have a question. Someone said a question that someone wants to know out there is like, no, I've been seeing Mr. Mugisha Coins for a long time, and I like this man so much. So, please, can you clear out the air? Like, is Mr. Mugisha single? Is he searching? Please, because I know my girls watching the show, they used to are really interested in this. You never know.
Okay, Emma is at a point that it's very intriguing and very provocative. But for that question, if you are there and then you are looking up to me, I think I'm contented the way I am. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate
Yeah.
for the viewers.
No, it's fortunate for everyone.
Unfortunate. Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
I am not searching.
Okay.
Trust
Oh,
me.
that's good. I think no wonder you're able to control your students well. The opposite sex. Okay, that's nice of you. Okay, your last words, our wonderful viewers there, maybe the students that are watching you, the youth there that are watching this show, before you can.
Thank you in the first place for hosting me. To the young people outside there, I must tell you that every one of us has an ability within them. But it takes two things. One, it's time, but two, it takes space. In the time that you have, make sure that you use it as if it will never exist. In actual sense, it will never come. So when you're doing things, do them with a lot of love. Number two, be disciplined. Have some things that you stand for that will never tread them. Don't be a person who follows trends.
Bandwagon.
Initiate trends and trends that will that maybe people will find value in them and they will follow those trends. Not you following anything because it is trending.
Okay.
But maybe lastly, it could be the fact that one, when you know yourself, then it becomes easy to navigate and not give up on some things, even when life hits hard. So knowing who you are and believing in yourself that you can do things will always help you, one, to be different, also make a difference.
Wow, amazing, amazing. You can say greetings to your school. You didn't salute your school where you're coming from, and people watching you, your brother, your siblings, you can say hi to them before we...
Yeah, good. I want to say shout outs to my family, of course. They may not have the opportunity, but I know wherever you are, shout outs to you. To my friends and students and colleagues at Conrad High School where I teach, set up by Joe, very powerful school. I also send shout outs to champs at MC Inspirations Mentorship Hub, to all young people all over Uganda and all over the world. We are all young and we have big dreams to achieve. I say hi to you, and then our team at National Debate Council, I'm forever humbled because you've made me. I can never say a thing without crediting you.
Wow. That was our wonderful guest, Mr. Mugisha Coins. We can speak from morning to evening because he has a lot he can speak about. But for now, just allow me to end here. It has been nice having you on the show. Thank you for sparing time and coming. I know you have a very busy schedule, but sparing time and coming to the youth zone is very, very, very important to us. Hello, our lovely viewers. That was our wonderful guest, Mr. Mugisha Coins. I hope you got something from that interview because we brought him because of you. Thank you for being very, very wonderful audience of this show. I love you so much, and always as I tell you, don't forget to smile. Cheers.